Well, welcome everyone. We're just kind of rolling on this. We've got a bit of a new setup here. We're going to try it out. Hopefully this will become more of a normal thing where we just hop in the studio here at Aravaipa HQ in Phoenix and chat with a member of our community or a member of our staff and team here. And this week I am joined by Bryce Brooks. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Thanks for having me.
We work across the hallway here upstairs in the Steep Life Media Aravaipa headquarters. And oh, look, we got a special appearance by Sammy.
Hi, Sammy.
Coming in to join us. What's up, Sammy?
Hi.
Oh, there, get a little Sammy cam. So yeah, this is just, we're kind of reviving the Aravaipa Trail Talk. And that's kind of what this is going to be called, the Aravaipa Trail Talk, and apologize on these angles. We're still working it out, but we wanted to just sit down. I wanted to sit down and talk to Bryce here this week. He just ran his first 50-mile race at the Ramparty Trail Runs, which is one of our newest races here at Aravaipa up in Colorado. So it starts in Colorado Springs, and I want to hear from you, Bryce, on your experience running your first 50-miler.
Yeah.
And also just give us an idea of what this event was like. So maybe you want to start out, tell us a little bit about where was this race, what was the vibe, all that kind of stuff.
I'll kind of start even just like from a Phoenician's perspective. Little nervous jumping into a race that's not local. First race I did that wasn't local, I realized that hydration's a little tricky on like longer road trips, especially if you don't have like a bottle or if you're traveling with other people. So we broke it up and we stopped by Petrified National Forest on the way up, which is a really cool way to break it up. It's about an 11-hour drive from Phoenix to get up there. One of the things I really liked about the race setup is the start line is Buffalo Lodge, which it's just like it's a little like hotel right near where the mountains are, just outside of Colorado Springs. And so the starting line actually starts from this hotel. So what we did is we just got a reservation, we got a room, and then morning of woke up and then walked like maybe 100 feet to the starting line. Can't beat it.
Yeah, I was able to stop in there real quick when I was in Colorado Springs in January. It looked like a cool place, like funky and different.
It was
an awesome place to stage a race. And like you said, if you can just stay right there, that seems like the ideal way to do things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they even have like car camping if you wanted to like park your car in their parking lot, which is cool. They had a whole fleet of bikes that you can take out and just like pop across town to the little restaurant. Yeah, really liked it.
Yeah, that's super cool. So the 50-mile race was on Saturday, and then there was a half marathon and marathon a little bit longer on Sunday. So tell us, I know that those had different start lines, but the whole kind of concept, I think, behind the race was to go around the Rampart Reservoir, which is pretty high up. It's like way above Colorado Springs. So you have to climb all the way up there.
Right. Yeah. So I want to say the race starts a little over 6,000 right out of the hotel. And then you're basically on service roads, like forest roads, for about 13 miles up. So it's first like 13 miles is about 4,000 feet of climbing, I want to say. One of the concerns that I had is that there's going to be like traffic on the forest road, and it was not an issue. I saw maybe like a handful of cars the whole way up. And then you top out, after 13 miles, and then you're over 9,000 feet. So for me, like that's when I started noticing it. It was all kind of fun and games until you top out there. And then it's another maybe 10 miles. It's about 20 miles from the start to get to the reservoir, which is the starting line of the marathon and the half marathon the next day. It was beautiful, but I was in a lot of pain. So
Yeah, so how does that, I'm kind of envisioning like a Crown King type of a climb.
Yeah.
Was it comparable in any way to that?
I would say so. Yeah, I would say it was pretty similar. Maybe even a little less rugged, like less technical. On the forest road is a little smoother, which was nice, especially on the way back down. But yeah, so it's kind of like that's where the crew spot is once you reach where the start line is for the other two races. That's where there's a crew area, which was cool. So I had Summer, who's my girlfriend, meet me up there with a bunch of snacks and a pair of extra shoes in case I wanted to swap out up there.
Nice. What did you end up running in?
So I started in the Pulsars for the uphill, and it was great until I was at the turnaround point. So maybe 20 miles left, so about 30 miles in, I swapped to the S-Lab Ultras. So like the purple ones that you see Courtney DeWalter cruising around in, a little heavier.
A little more cushion, probably.
A little more cushion for the way down.
Did you switch into those like for around the lake?
After
the lake, okay.
I was thinking I was going to stick with the Pulsars, and then as soon as I was like halfway through the lake, I decided it was time for a swap.
Trying to be like a minimalistic hero.
I was dreaming.
Yeah. That's very noble. Yeah. Let's see. What are my other questions about this race? I think what we can do maybe is pull up. I know we were talking about this a little bit. We do have the iPad, so we're going to pull up, try and pull up the course here. I think if I lower this part, there we go. So you can see in yellow here, I believe this kind of yellowish color. So this is the 50 miler. There's our start finish at the Buffalo Lodge. You can see that little yellow dot there. Probably if we go in enough, we could see Buffalo Lodge itself. So that I think is right where you guys started.
Yep.
And then looks like you're on streets for a little bit.
Just for a bit. And then it kind of takes you towards Garden of the Gods area, which I didn't really take much time to turn around on the way up. And then on the way down, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. I should have just at least turned my head a little bit.
Sure. You're probably caught up in the moment a little bit. So climbing up this road, was there a nice pack together? Were you running with some of the other folks?
It split up pretty fast, actually. So there was about 5 guys that took the lead group. And by the time we got to like to about the top of the climb, they were pretty much out of eyesight of me. So I was playing a little bit conservative on the climb.
Imagine some just amazing views on this road, though, from what I saw from the photos.
Gosh. Yeah, and you can see Pikes Peak
let's
almost the entire time.
Yeah, let's see if I can spin it over here. Yeah, I think Pikes Peak is right in the background there.
Yep.
Maybe I need to. Oh no, there it is.
It is.
I'm like, it's got to be bigger than that. So there we go. So you're right on this road here, and I mean, yeah, you can see there's kind of Pikes Peak. That kind of gives you a little bit of a sense.
Yep, that's pretty accurate. Like it was front and center the whole time you're running.
Yeah, even on this photo right here, I think Pikes Peak would be right up there with some snow, and this is the road here, I'm imagining.
Yep.
That's awesome. So yeah, you kind of go up, and then if we keep following the course, I love this pinch and zoom map.
Cool. I wish I used this before the race.
Yeah, this is a great tool. So if you are seeing this for the first time, Andy Klink, who develops a lot of our timing stuff, this is available for a lot of our events. If you go to live.aravaiparunning.com, and if you're on your phone or tablet especially, you can use 2 fingers and you can go up and down vertical, you can spin it, you can pinch zoom in and out, and here's where you can see the reservoir here.
Oh, the reservoir.
So the Rainbow Gulch is where that crew spot was, right?
Yep, that's exactly it.
And then you'll go, which way did you go, clockwise or counterclockwise around this?
It was it was clockwise. You went
clockwise around, so you're kind of going the top side of the lake first.
Exactly.
And then I saw this photo that we used, I think, on the thumbnail of this video was this dam.
Yep.
So is that section's road, but the rest is trail, correct?
It is. So when I was looking at the profile before the race, kind of game planning on what I was going to do, it looks like the reservoir is flat, especially compared to the rest of the course.
Right.
I would say that it is not. I mean, it's smooth. It's all runnable, but it is constant up and down. A couple places where it's almost scrambly, where you have to kind of like navigate over a couple boulder piles. But that dam is just like a straightaway, and it looks like you're running right at Pikes Peak. It was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it looks like from this view right here, you can see it almost perfectly lines up in some of those photos. It just looks amazing. Like you're, basically running towards Pikes with the reservoir just to your right over there.
Yep.
That's really cool. We also did publish this video. I'm not going to actually play it, but you can check it out on our YouTube channel as well here. Ramparty Trail Runs Inaugural Race 2022. This was put together by Allie Mack, who does a lot of our video content up there. I think she did an awesome job of capturing so many places on this course. I couldn't believe that it was just her filming, and she got all over the place out there.
She was all so we saw her at packet pickup. I saw her I saw her at the start line. I saw her on the road up. Saw her on the reservoir on the road down. Like she was. I mean, yeah, she was everywhere.
So yeah, it gives like some good visuals of even Garden of the Gods here and what you can expect with some great interviews with some of the other folks that ran it. Right there, you can see right at the lodge, just a super unique start line. And this must have been the half or the full marathon. Kind of running up that road here and then eventually around the reservoir lake itself. It seemed like just kind of maybe a perfect mix of stuff, maybe for your first 50.
Yeah, it almost felt like a 50-mile Crown King. Little cooler, little higher elevation, little twist with the reservoir in there.
Yeah.
But I love forest roads anyway. But this was like I really like this race. I would 100% run it again.
Yeah, and so there's some views of Nick running around the lake there, and he described it being like very twisty and turny, and you can see that from that elevation map or that overview map that it is in and out a lot, but probably just super fun.
Yeah,
but challenging running.
A little challenging, maybe a little more after like X number many of miles.
Sure. Maybe a little easier for those half marathoners.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
But it's almost like a mental game because you can see, like, once you get to the reservoir, you could see the dam, like, almost instantly. And it does not
even
look
across the whole way there.
Yeah.
So it's not like a huge lake. It just, the miles really add up.
Yeah, it's all those little inlets that you're just going in and out of. It looks like it'd be like a 4 or 5 mile loop, and it is 13.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. And we, I think, really lucked out with the weather this year for this event. Seems like it was a pretty nice day out there.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
And maybe a little warm for some of the Colorado people, but I think that played to my advantage as a Phoenician.
Nice. Because we just saw the weekend after there was a race in the Colorado Springs area that had to be canceled. They got, I think, 12 or 15 inches of snow like the next weekend. So it's a bummer for Revenant Running out there. They had to, they canceled their race. So I don't know if they're going to reschedule or what, but we definitely lucked out for this one. So
not something you can really plan around.
Yeah. We just wanted to talk a little bit about this race. Did you have anything else you wanted to add in terms of this event, what you saw up there, or just the vibe in Colorado?
It's kind of my first experience in Colorado outside of maybe a couple hikes that I've done there in the past, and really cool. Colorado Springs, Manitou Springs. It's just a very cool area. Even like grabbing food afterwards. You could just kind of like walk around. Yeah, it was very good vibes. It was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've had a chance to be up in the Colorado Springs, Manitou area for Pikes Peak a few years, and yeah, it's an awesome area. Did you get a chance to do the incline while you were up there?
So Summer, who was my crew, after the race, I ended up basically crashing in the car while she did it.
Okay. Nice. Well, maybe next time.
Next time. Yep.
Let's see here. Yeah, I wanted to give you guys a heads up out there. I know we haven't talked a lot on this YouTube channel of like all of our plans for Colorado, but we've got just a ton of events that are coming online this year. So want to at least shout them out here, get the conversation going, see if you guys out there had any questions for us, which you can definitely, drop into the comments or just reach out to us. But this is Memorial Weekend coming up, but the weekend after that, June 4th, I think it's the 4th, maybe it's the 3rd. It's that weekend. We'll be in Durango with the Durango Skyline Trail Runs. So it's kind of a full spectrum trail race of distances that is right in Durango and the Skyline Trail. So check that one out. I think we've got at least 100 people signed up for different distances, anywhere from 12K up to 50 miles. And then the next weekend will be the inaugural Ring the Springs. And that one has 100 mile, 50 mile, and 28K. And we will be definitely doing some coverage of both races. So be sure to check those out. We'll be talking more about those and recapping those coming up. Then, of course, we have our Silverton events, Kendall and Silverton Alpine coming up in July. And that's a great lead into the Hard Rock Week as well. So it'll be right on the front end of that. And then we just announced a Grand Junction race in October. It's called Rough Canyon, and we're going to have a mountain biking and a running event up there. So a lot to come online this year for Colorado that you guys can check out. Any other closing thoughts for this week?
Definitely a shout out to the Colorado crew for putting on an awesome event. Staff, volunteers, everybody was super helpful, super friendly. And also just wanted to shout out the little race goodie that we got.
Oh yeah, show them off there. Hold on, let's get it zoomed in for you.
Pretty big fan. They went with the silicone cups as opposed to the race shirts. I love it. I've been using it quite a bit. It's different.
Yeah, great memento there for sure. Sweet. Well, I guess what's next for you, Bryce? Are you going back down in distance after trying 50 miles out?
I might. I had fun. I think my legs are a little bit trashed. I didn't really take too much time off. Probably should have. So I think I'm going to be riding the bike for a little bit and then give it a couple of weeks and start resetting and then figure out what the next goal is.
Nice. Do you have anything you're signed up for at the moment?
Not at the moment. This is the first time in a long time I haven't been signed up for anything.
Sound like me. I'm in the same boat. I started the race with some maybe high hopes and kind of started the year with some high hopes and taken a step back. It's kind of different.
Yeah, it's just a change in pace.
Yeah.
It's good.
Nice. All right. Well, Bryce, thank you so much for joining us. Let us know what you guys thought of this episode. I know we're just kind of talking race recaps here, but we might do some live Q&A at some of these in the future. I know we used to do that with the trail talk, so would love to just talk trail with all you guys out there. And looks like the studio is working out, so should be a good one.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everyone. And we'll hopefully see you next week. I think we'll be talking to, it's either going to be Matt or Noah, and we're going to talk about the Golden Trail World Series, which kicks off at Zagama, and the big plans for what's happening in the U.S. this year as it pertains to the Golden Trail World Series. So I think it's this weekend, actually. So stay tuned. We'll be recapping some of those results next week, and would love to see you guys tuning in.
Thanks for having me, Jamil.
That's it. Thanks.
Cool. Heck yeah.